Today we are diving deep into one of the most shocking and important developments in South Africa's political history. A moment that could change everything. For months, 4 years even, there has been silence. There have been whispers. There has been speculation. But now the silence has been broken. Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, the man trusted by millions to uphold justice and the rule of law, has spoken. And what he has said is sending shockwaves across the nation, across the continent and even across the world. Zondo has declared in no uncertain terms that President Cyril Ramaphosa has a case to answer regarding the Phala-Phala scandal. These are not light words. These are not words chosen carelessly. They are words full of weight, of meaning, of deep and serious consequences. And today we are going to unpack it all slowly and carefully so you can understand the full picture and what it means for the future of South Africa. To understand why this moment is so powerful, so explosive, we have to step back for a moment. We have to go back in time to where it all began. In 2020, a mysterious and alarming event took place at President Ramaphosa's private game farm known as Phala-Phala. It was revealed that a large amount of foreign currency, allegedly in US dollars, had been stolen from the farm. The money had reportedly been hidden inside furniture. But the story did not end there. Allegations quickly surfaced that Ramaphosa and his close allies had tried to cover up the theft, had failed to report it properly to the authorities, and had taken steps to keep the incident secret from the public. These allegations shook South Africa to its core. At the time, Ramaphosa was seen by many as the man who would clean up government, who would end the deep corruption that had infected the state under previous administrations. His brand was that of a reformer, a fixer, a man of integrity. But the Phala-Phala scandal raised serious questions about whether he was truly different from those he had criticized. For months and months, the story lingered. Investigations were opened. Media reports tried to dig deeper. Opposition parties demanded answers. But somehow the momentum seemed to fade. Ramaphosa's defenders said there was no proof of wrongdoing. They argued that the president had done nothing illegal. They said the entire scandal was just political theater, a way for his enemies to bring him down. And importantly, the judiciary remained largely silent. No senior judicial figure came forward to make a strong statement about the matter until now. In a recent public appearance, Chief Justice Zondo finally broke his long silence, and what he said was explosive. With careful, serious language, Zondo said that there is indeed a case for President Ramaphosa to answer. He did not say the president was guilty. He did not call for his immediate removal. But he made it crystal clear that the allegations against Ramaphosa are serious and that the matter cannot simply be swept under the rug. The law, he said, must take its course. His words carried the full weight of his office and his personal reputation for integrity, and they have changed everything. Zondo's intervention is so important because of who he is and what he represents. As the chairperson of the State Capture Commission, Zondo spent years uncovering the web of corruption that captured South Africa's government and institutions. He earned a reputation as a calm, fair, and fearless figure. Someone who could not be bought. Someone who could not be intimidated. When Zondo speaks, people listen. His voice matters. His opinion carries unmatched authority. And so when he says that Ramaphosa has a case to answer, it is not just another political figure making noise. It is a signal that the very foundations of justice and accountability in South Africa are being tested. The reaction to Zondo's statement has been swift and intense. Opposition parties have renewed their calls for Ramaphosa to step down or to face a full legal process. Civil society groups are demanding that the National Prosecuting Authority move forward with investigations. Ordinary South Africans, many of whom had grown weary and cynical about whether the powerful would ever face consequences, are feeling a mix of vindication and deep concern. On social media, users are expressing shock, outrage, and sometimes a grim sense of satisfaction that finally the truth is being acknowledged. Of course, not everyone agrees. Some within the ruling African National Congress have tried to downplay Zondo's comments. They argue that the Chief Justice was simply stating illegal technicality and that it does not prove Ramaphosa did anything wrong. They suggest that political enemies are using Zondo's words to further their own agendas. Others warn that moving against Ramaphosa could plunge the country into deeper political instability at a time when South Africa faces enormous economic and social challenges. Inflation, unemployment, and poverty remain crushing problems. Is this the right moment? They ask to bring down a sitting president. But many others argue the opposite. They say that precisely because the country faces such serious challenges, it needs leadership that is above suspicion. They say that no leader, no matter how powerful, should be allowed to operate above the law. They point out that allowing scandals like failure to go unpunished sends a terrible message to the public, to future leaders, and to the world. It tells everyone that corruption will be tolerated, that accountability is optional, that the powerful will protect each other no matter what. And in a democracy, they say that is simply unacceptable. One of the most interesting aspects of this unfolding drama is the way it touches on deeper questions about South Africa's democracy. Can institutions like Parliament, the National Prosecuting Authority, and the judiciary independently and fearlessly? Can they uphold the principle that no one is above the law, not even the president? Or will political considerations, factional battles, and raw power once again triumph over principle? These are not small questions. They are fundamental to the future of the country. Looking ahead, there are several possible paths. One possibility is that Parliament, pushed by public pressure and Zondo's statement, will take up the issue more aggressively. We could see formal inquiries, investigations, and even impeachment proceedings. Another possibility is that the National Prosecuting Authority will move forward with charges, or at least with a deeper criminal investigation. That would be a major escalation, one that would likely dominate South African politics for months or even years. And yet another possibility is that the political establishment will try to contain the damage, to delay, to confuse, and to ultimately allow the scandal to fade away without real consequences. That has happened before many times in many places. Thank you for staying with me through this important and emotional story. What do you think will happen next? Will justice finally be served, or will this moment pass like so many before it? I would love to hear your thoughts. Please drop a comment down below and share your views. Do not forget to like this video if you found it insightful, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on this and other critical stories. Let's keep the conversation going and let's stay informed together. Thank you and see you in the next video.